Hey there folks, welcome back to Black Raven Survival. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. On today's show, we're going to talk about cook sets. And I have a wide range of choices and options that you could pick from. Some of them being seriously cheap, lightweight, some of them heavy duty and durable. So you take your pick, find out which one you like best, and let's get started. All right folks, so first up on the list is coffee can. It doesn't cost very much. It's pretty friggin' light, and it's going to be kind of in your house anyway. Most people buy coffee, and it's always going to sort of be a freebie, so to speak, because since you're buying the coffee anyway, you'll probably have the cans. Now, let me just go ahead and be straight up with you. Not all coffee cans are made this way. This type of coffee can is all aluminum or tin, whatever you want to call it. And this one happens to be the chock full of nuts coffee can. And I do want to give a hat tip to Syntax 77 for the idea. While it had been in play with other types of cans, this particular can in particular is a great option for those that like to do a lot of cooking when they go camping. These lines here on the side of the can, these indentions here, this first one indicates a full cup, cup and a half, 2 cups, 2.5 cups, and then 3 cups. So you easily have a built-in measuring system without anything special, from a manufacturer's point of view. No graduated marks or lines or anything like that, but you've already got them built in, which is great. That brings me to your drinking system. So if you really are on a major budget here and all you have is just what's available in your house, there's absolutely nothing wrong with picking up a couple of tin cans. I believe this one happens to be a green bean can, mainly because it doesn't have the white liner inside of it like a lot of tomato or soup cans and stuff that has high acidity. This one works perfectly fine. I have only used this system once, and it actually worked perfectly fine. I didn't actually use the drink cup because it was after the fact. I had already upgraded and graduated away from this, but the chock full of nuts can worked perfectly. Although I didn't actually eat out of the chock full of nuts cup, I boiled my water in there. It boiled just fine, and I just poured the hot water into my food bag. Worked perfect. Now, in order to get these cans so they don't suck here on the edges, you have to get a special can opener. And this can opener, I think you can pick up for around $5 or $10. I can't remember exactly for sure, but it looks like this. The markings on it are OXO. I don't know if that's hug, kiss, hug. Who really knows for sure though? Anyway, this is pretty fantastic. It basically rounds off the edge and crimps it down so that there are no sharp edges, so you don't cut your fingers or your lips or whatever. So you might want to take a look into this can opener if you plan on using your old coffee cans and old green bean cans as a cook system. All in all, I'm just going to consider this one a freebie because you're probably already going to be buying green beans and coffee. Like I said, this is the chock full of nuts can, so this one, in comparison to the other coffee cans that I've used, is far superior. Most of the other ones are actually kind of, cardboard on the side with like some silvery material, but it's not metal, so they're not able to be used. This one actually works really great. This is the aluminum cook pot that comes out of the Walmart cook set. Everyone has probably seen these at your local Walmart. I think the whole thing, the frying pan, the lid, the pot, and I think it comes with a small plastic cup in this tin. And I think you can pick this whole system, the entire thing, for like $7. So you go from free to $7. This is the old Boy Scout style. While there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, people have voiced a few concerns about whether or not this is a good option because of maybe the leaching. I don't even know what the hell that means, other than the fact that you might get some sort of Chinese manufacturing chemical that will leach into your food, and I don't know. But I've never had any problems with these style. This is all I ever used to carry because they're aluminum, so they're just wicked light. This one actually comes with a built-in bail with a top and everything, so you can retain your heat. But the biggest problem is that if you happen to be like me, I sometimes just like to take my pot, hang it over a fire, walk away, and come back later when I've got time to deal with it. The problem is that because it's so wide, when you put your water or stew or pasta or whatever it is you happen to be cooking in here, when you put it in, because it's so wide, it tends to tilt back and forth. So if any of you all have ever used these before, you'll know that unless you crimp the sides so that it actually kind of clicks into place, it will easily sway back and forth, and you will end up dumping all of your material into the fire, or on yourself for that matter. So it is kind of a pain in the ass. But for $7, you get a full cook set. I never even take this thing. I've never needed it. Don't want to carry the weight, so I just skip it altogether. But it is a cheap and inexpensive option if you're willing to deal with a few of the shortfalls that this particular system has. Okay, moving right along, we have the GSI stainless steel butterfly cup. Okay, this is actually a great system. If you're just looking to go pretty minimal, you know, no skillet, no frying pan, no nothing like that, you could easily take this GSI stainless steel cup and boil your water and use it as your eating pot at the same time. If you're like me, you might want a cup to go off to the side and maybe even go with 2 of those, or maybe get a Sierra cup or something for on the side. But if you can just eat an entire meal and then not drink during, you could always eat out of this, wash it up, and then take your swigs of water after the fact, or just drink it directly out of your bladder. This one comes in at about $10, I believe, on Amazon. Overall, for a stainless steel cup, it's an excellent buy. But I will say that I have noticed that Walmart has started to carry a stainless steel cup much like this one for $5. But I didn't see that before I bought this option, so I have it, and it's here if I need it. So it is what it is. It's a stainless steel cup with the butterfly handles here. It's very sturdy, and it works. I mean, it's tried and true stainless steel. It'll last many, many, many years. So the next system I have on the list is the Stanley cook set. Now, this is actually a pretty great cook set. It's stainless steel. It has graduated lines on the side to indicate how much this thing will hold. According to this, it'll hold at this top line 20 ounces or 591 milliliters. It has a top with a plastic tab to pick it up. It also has strainer holes on each side. Very well made. Stanley logo on this side here. And it has the holding handle that will flip up over on top to kind of at least help keep your top in place. Now, this by itself is it's an excellent option. It really is. I have no complaints with it. It's actually performed relatively well. The only con that I can really think of, other than the fact that it's stainless steel, so it's heavier than, say, like aluminum or titanium, is that it's kind of tall. So you actually have to kind of place it on a base. It's going to be extremely hard for you to kind of like set it down into a fire unless you already have a couple of pieces of wood that you can lean it up against. There's no bail on it, so you can't hang it over a fire. That happens to be something that I like to do. So if you don't do a tripod hanging over the fire or a spit or something like that, no big deal. This is an excellent option at $14.99, roughly 15 bucks at I think you can still pick them up at Walmart. I happen to pick mine up at Target. It's a great system. I totally dig it, and it comes with 2 cups. These are heavy-duty insulated plastic cups. I don't ever use those because they're heavy and they serve pretty much only one function. I cannot use these in the fire, but I will say that as a standalone cup that's not going to burn your lips off whenever you're trying to drink your coffee or hot chocolate or whatever it might be, these will work pretty awesome. So you could always ditch one and just carry one with you. They nestle directly down into the pot and it works extremely well. Like I said, for 15 bucks, it's extremely hard not to go, it's extremely hard to go wrong with this system. The next setup that I have here is quite simply just a titanium cup. This is the Tokes 450 milliliter cup, mug, whatever you want to call it. It has butterfly handles. Again, it doesn't have a bail, but it is titanium. Okay, so the trade-off is, yes, it's not as light as, say, like the aluminum, but it's just as strong as stainless steel, but at 1/3 the weight. So it will never rust, it's corrosion resistant, it's gonna basically last you forever. Just, as long as you take care of your gear, it's gonna take care of you. So I ended up getting this. You're looking at about 20 bucks for the cup. At least that's what I paid for it on Amazon. Excellent, excellent system to go with. If you're buying titanium, more than likely you're willing to spend a decent amount of money for lighter gear. You could always use some aluminum foil as your top to help keep the heat in for your water and stuff like that. This right here is an excellent both mug and container to help heat up your water. Okay, so the next pot I have is the Snow Peak stainless steel kettle #1. This is probably one of the best pieces of cooking kit that I own. The reason I say that is because the quality, the craftsmanship, the fit, the finish, everything has just been amazing. Not only does it have the bail, but it has the butterfly handles on the back. It has the pour spout. It has quality lid with your handle, a nice deep pot. It has basically performed epically. It's done everything I needed to do. My only gripe with it is that it is big. It is big, very big. Generally, I kind of like a cook set that will fit easily into a water bottle style pouch on my bag. But this one doesn't. This actually has to go into my bag, and so it takes up valuable space. There's no retention system on your lid, so if it shifts around, it will eventually come off, unless maybe you put a rubber band or, some sort of lashing around it, paracord, whatever. But for the money, I have hung this over the fire plenty of times. Have always been able to get most of the soot off. I don't really try all that hard. I like it to have a little character and whatnot, but this is a $25 option, and I will say that if you like to do a lot of cooking, again, out in the woods, you are going to be extremely hard-pressed to find a better, compact, lightweight, durable cooking system than the Snow Peak Kettle #1. Excellent, excellent piece of kit. Last but not least, this is what I currently carry. This is the Tokes Titanium 750 milliliter pot. It has everything I want. It has the bail on top, the butterfly handles here in the back. It comes with a built-in lid, extremely lightweight, with the strainer holes, and it holds 750 milliliters, which holds 3 total cups for your cooking needs. So it's essentially this, only smaller, less bulky, and will outlast this without a doubt. So this is corrosion resistant. This will eventually rust out if you don't take care of it. You could always spray paint it and maybe save yourself a few bucks, because this is not a cheap option, but this is an extremely durable and lightweight option. This one is free, like we said, and this one here is about 50 bucks. So what I end up doing is, because I do like to have a cup option, I take the Tokes 450 milliliter cup, nest it right down inside there, place an alcohol stove or my mouth rag, maybe some spices, stuff, put it right in there. I just put a rubber band around the top so that it doesn't fall off. And as you can see, it packs down into a nice little bitty package. I have about medium-sized hands, so it's not that big. And again, it fits inside a water bottle compartment, easy as pie. So while all of these cook sets are excellent choices, personally, I have decided to go with the titanium option. I love this because it's lightweight. I love this because of its multifunctionality. But now I have multifunctionality and lightweight all in one. The total on these two pieces, and this is according to their own box, the titanium cup says that it weighs 2.2 ounces. That's just crazy light. And it holds 15.2 ounces. So it's a decent cup. I mean, it's basically like a 16-ounce water bottle, you know, so. And then the pot, it comes in at a whopping 3.7 ounces or 105 grams, okay? So we're basically looking at 5 total ounces for both the pot and the cup and lid combined. That's about as light as I could go, and I have spent the money for it. So, you know, $70 later, I have a titanium cook set. It's totally worth the money as far as I'm concerned. You make your own judgments. So there you have it, there you go, folks. I hope you found all this information useful and handy for all your purposes and needs. And if you will, you can find all the links to the equipment that is in this video in the show notes below. So thanks again for stopping here at Black Raven Survival, where it's all about the beans, the band-aids, and the bullets. See you guys again next time.